Hey, beautiful souls. I'm Sarah, your soul oracle, deconditioning coach, and mirror here at Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. And this is your energy update for the week of February 22nd to February 28th. So this week, something sacred is stirring, but it's not chaotic, not loud, not rushed. It's tender, truthful, and rooted in the places you've been healing and the ones you're still learning to trust. This isn't breakthrough energy through force, it's shift energy through softness. The kind of movement that doesn't shout, it breathes, and you pause long enough, you'll feel it. On February 22nd, Mars will sextile Chiron. Action meets healing, but not just any action, soul guided, heart supported action. What steps have you been afraid to take around your wounds? You don't have to move alone. Let trusted people help you to implement what your insight has been whispering for months. Tenderness is not weakness, it's the threshold of real momentum. On February 22nd, Venus is going to trine Jupiter. This is expansive love, not performative, but present. Generosity that flows without needing to be earned. So let yourself soften and say what you appreciate. Create space for others to show up in their fullness, even if it is messy. This is how safety is cultivated through presence, through permission, and through love that stays. On February 26th, Mercury is going to retrograde in the sign of Pisces. So clarity may feel slippery, plans might shift, and your thoughts could drift into the dream space. That's good. This retrograde isn't here to punish you, it's here to invite you back into your intuition, back into deep listening, and revisit what you've already bypassed. So ask better questions, let answers come slowly, and remember, you're not falling behind, you're deepening. On February 27th, Mars is going to square Uranus. Our tensions might spike, old patterns could flare, but not everything is a battle worth fighting. If you feel provoked, make sure you breathe. Reacting isn't the same as responding. Choose peace over proving. Your nervous system is sacred. Treat it like it is. And on February 28th, Mercury will conjunct Venus in Pisces. This month ends on a sweet note, one of harmony, honesty, and heart. So let conversations be soulful, let dreams become words, and let feelings find a form. Your truth doesn't need polish, it just needs a place to land. This week doesn't need your performance, it needs your presence, your willingness to pause, to feel, and to return to what's real. Not for the world's validation, but for your soul's alignment. So slow down, soften your grip, and speak gently. Move from the center, because the real shift, it's not external, it's happening within you. And all it asks is this: to trust it, to tend to it, and to let it lead. So remember, take a breath. You're not behind, you're right on time, and everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You're not leaving the path, you are the path. So, energy overall for this week, we have Taurus, I have, solar eclipse, revolution, and Jupiter, abundance. So, we are in a period between the two eclipse portals. So, we are right in the heart of eclipse season. So, it works that the solar eclipse card shows up. Things are shifting, things are changing. We're being asked to look at what we have. Uranus is still in the sign of Taurus. It's wrapping things up. It's telling us the things that we need to work on. And with all of this energy, we have an abundance of things that are going on. Jupiter in Cancer is making all of this energy bigger. It wants us to focus on ourselves. How can we nurture ourselves? What do we have to do? And look at what it is that we have so that we can truly make the changes that make us a better person. This is the journey. This is what life is all about, is being here and walking the path that we're all on. Remember, decisions that you make, they can always be unmade. Things that you think are permanent, they might not necessarily be. Keep an open mind and allow what needs to come through to come through. So I've pulled cards for each of the zodiac signs, and the messages, remember, they're always layered. Our sun and rising sign are where the gold lives, and it's where your future self is whispering to you through the veil. So let's tune in. Remember, this isn't a matter of controlling the outcome, but to mirror back what your soul already knows is ready to shift. So let this be your pause, your anchor, and your reminder that this energy isn't here to break you, it's here to recalibrate you. So we'll start off with the sign of Aries. Aries, your card this week is awareness. What is presenting itself to you? It's a really important time for you to be aware of what is going on with inside yourself, but also what is going on around you. Awareness is not necessarily something that we just need to be aware of, that's an internal feeling. Sometimes the universe will present things to us on the outside. What is it that you're seeing? What is it that you need to be aware of? Those are the questions that you really need to ask yourself this week, as awareness is the key for you to move forward. And remember, with Neptune and Saturn now back in the sign of Aries, Neptune for an extended stay, it is going to be even more important than ever for you to be aware of what is going on so that you can pay attention to what you need to deal with inside you. Taurus, your card this week is modify. It is important for you to make shifts, to make changes. This is a time for you to amend things, even if you don't want to, especially if you don't want to. You know those things that you probably should have done differently or that you need to do differently doing forward. Do them. Do them differently. Go back, apologize, make amends for the things that you did, that you said, that shifted the dynamic and things that you might not have wanted them to move the dynamic towards. You have the opportunity to go backwards, to do things different. So do them differently. Make amends. It might not be easy for you, Taurus. I can guarantee it most likely won't be easy for you, but it is important as it will help change the trajectory of things going forward for you. Gemini, your card this week is forward movement. You are going to start seeing things move in a forward direction. Pay attention to what that forward direction is. Things may have stalled with all of these retrogrades going on. It was a time for you to look internally and to see what's been going on. But as all of these planets move direct, and now, even though Mercury has just gone retrograde, you are going to be able to look at that and see what direction are you starting to move in? What does that forward movement start to look like? So pay attention to what it is and the direction that you're moving in, and that is going to be where you're going to want to go. What is the forward movement that is going on in your life? And if you don't see any forward movement, then it's time to take a look at yourself, to really look and be honest and go, why am I not seeing any direction moving forward? And the truth may be hard for you to accept, but it is important. Cancer, your card this week is triggers. What is triggering you? These are the things to pay attention to. This brings us back to the card of Aries, awareness. What is triggering you? What conversations are you having people and you just walk away angry and frustrated? Those are triggers. They are being presented to you for a reason. It could be any number of reasons or any number of things, but it's important to pay attention to those. Don't just dismiss them. Make sure that you pay attention to them and really think about it before you just react. You want to be aware of what your triggers are. They are there for a reason. They are there to show you something. So don't just lash out. Really reflect on what it is that is being presented to you, because those triggers are there for a reason. They are there to help you to grow. And if you just dismiss them, you're going to be back in the same position that you've been in before. Leo, your card this week is barriers. Barriers are presenting themselves for a reason. Now, it could be because the lesson is done, the lesson is over, and you need to move on. But those barriers could also be presenting themselves as a matter of keeping you safe from whatever it is that you are about to do or whatever it is that you're about to go through. Pay attention to what those barriers are. As I said, they could be protecting you, but they could also be harming you. You need to find a way to distinguish between the two. That is what is important for you this week. So focus on the barriers, focus on the boundaries, on the structures that you have created. And what do those have to say? Focus on the barriers this week. Virgo, your card is boundaries. So this piggybacks directly off of what I was just talking about with Leo. What boundaries have you set? What boundaries do you need to set, but you don't want to quite set? Or you think, I don't think I can do that. Pay attention to whatever it is that your boundaries or lack thereof are telling you. They are important. They are there to teach you something. This is energy that you can really use to help harness and to set up those boundaries for yourself, to Help yourself to move in the direction that you need to go in. Not all boundaries are bad. Some boundaries are necessary for our own growth and well-being. So figure out which ones are necessary and should be in place for you and which ones need to be removed. Libra, your card this week is vibration. What is the energy around you telling you? It has something to say. It's presenting you with things that you need to pay attention to. Whatever that vibration is, it is important to do something about it. Is the vibration negative? Okay. Why is it so negative? What is going on? Do you have something to contribute to that? Is somebody trying to tell you something or show you something? Or is that vibration that's coming back at you from somebody else? That vibration is trying to invade your space and make you a person that you may or may not want to be. So really pay attention to what it is that that vibration is. How does it make you feel? And then make decisions based off of that. You don't have to accept everybody's energy for what it is. You have a choice. You can make a choice and say, I don't like that energy. I don't want to be around that person. So I'm not going to be around them. It's totally your call. And Libra, that isn't necessarily an easy thing for you to do, but this week seems like a particularly important time for you to make it. So make it. Scorpio, your card this week is negativity. So again, we're going to piggyback off of the energy of Libra. What negativity is presenting itself in your life? You don't have to deal with the negativity at all times. Sometimes it's something that you can't escape, but find a way for you to deal with the negativity of other people or the negativity of yourself. Sometimes you're going to have moments where you normally may be a positive, optimistic person, and all of a sudden you're just feeling like nothing is going right and everything is in a bad place. It's okay. We all have our moments of negativity. The question is how do you get yourself out of it? And that's the key for you this week. How do you get yourself out of the negativity that's presenting itself to you or that's showing itself? You can do this. It might not be easy. It probably won't be easy, especially if it's coming from another person. But there are ways that you can go ahead and you can remove the negativity from your life. So start the process. Sagittarius, your card this week is release. Release anything that isn't serving you. I would like to say that it's just that simple, but it may not feel that simple. Sometimes we need to let things go because they aren't serving us anymore. They may have served their purpose. They may have taught us the lesson. And we just need to let them go. It is never wrong to release something that it makes you feel bad about yourself or that makes you feel like you have nothing to contribute. You really need to pay attention to what it is that you need to release and let it go. Clean house this week. Do things for you. Release anything that is not in your highest and best good. Just let it go. Capricorn, your card this week is sincere relationships. What relationships in your life are sincere? Is there a mutual give and take? If there is, then that could be classified as a sincere relationship. But if you're giving more than you're taking, or the other person is taking more than they give, then that is not a sincere relationship. That is a relationship that needs to go. Sincere relationships are important. You need to balance each other out. There needs to be a sense of harmony. And if there's not, then it's something that isn't serving you. And this isn't necessarily an easy thing to do. It can be a really hard thing to have to confront, but it's an important thing to confront because by not confronting it, you may just be delaying the lesson that you need, the steps that you need to take so that you can step forward into this new chapter of your life. So pay attention to what relationships are sincere. Give and take is a really easy way to look at it. Doesn't mean it's easy to make that final call, but it's an easy way to see the imbalance between the relationship. Aquarius, your card this week is mental repetition. What's repeating itself over and over and over again in your brain? Those are the things that you need to pay attention to. They're messages for you, And they're not always easy ones to hear, but they're things that you can work on. They're things that you can do, approaches that you can take, goals that you can start to accomplish. Sometimes the universe places those mental repetitions in our brains so that we'll pay attention to them because we can't avoid them. This isn't a time to avoid the mental repetitions on your that are happening in your brain. This is a time for you to take action on them and for you to start to see them as potentially messages from the universe for what direction you can go in. And Pisces, your card this week is alternative. Take the alternative route. It might not be comfortable. It probably won't be comfortable, but it's important that you do. Get out of your dreamscape and move into an area where things might not be comfortable at first, but you can get there, especially with work. This is a time for you not to do the same old, but to take the alternative approach. So take the alternative approach this week. It's that easy. So remember, you're not lost. You're between stories. Let the messages find a place in your body, even if they don't make sense yet. Because sometimes the most powerful knowing comes in the quiet after the card is pulled. Let the messages you received anchor your next step, even if you can't see the full map yet. Our sun and rising sign, they're codes that are layered. Let them sit. Let them settle. And if you're craving deeper cosmic guidance and spiritual anchoring, come join me inside my Soul Key in the Soul Keys Temple. It's my signature monthly membership. You can find full details at www.soulheartintuitivecoaching.com. You can also always book a personal soul session with me if you want to go deeper one-on-one. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and the magic continues there. So here's to a week of sacred pivots, anchored clarity, and deep inner resonance. So stay tuned in, stay luminous, stay you, and I will talk to you next week.